Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Squatch. I just want to give you guys kind of a rundown of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking with this new channel. I've got over 20 years experience in the industry of illustration and design. I've worked everything from books to magazines to apps to children's apparel, greeting cards, both in-house and freelance. I've done quite a lot of stuff. And now I'm kind of wanting to take the things I've learned and the talents and just do something for me, which is this new channel called Squatch. I have a website also called Squatch, and my social media is posted in the description. Please check me out on my social media. Basically doing weird facts, fun facts, illustrating or animating those guys, something just kind of fun and shareable, I hope. And my YouTube channel, I want to do more of building a community, maybe behind the scenes, maybe teaching a little bit, or just hanging out, you know? So if you guys would like to support me, it would be great if you would just give me a thumbs up and subscribe for now. I'll be creating merchandise later, maybe posting it on my website. If you guys want to purchase anything, that would help me out as well. Maybe later on I'll build a Patreon page, but as of right now, I would just love to get to know you guys. And if you have any fun facts that you would like me to illustrate or doodle, leave me some ideas in the description, or maybe I can do a live stream at some point and doodle those for you. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, I was thinking today we could maybe draw some fun facts in Adobe Fresco, and I'll just show you my process. Does that sound good? No? Yeah? Okay. I guess the first thing we need to figure out is what it is we're drawing, right? I like to go over here to my brushes. I really enjoy the Grungy Inker by Kyle. I use Adobe Fresco, and it works pretty fluidly with my workflow. But first we need to figure out what we are doing. So I read a fun fact about how wombats make cube-shaped poop. Not clear, just cube. I think we all know what cube is. And it has to do with the shape of the inside of their intestines, I suppose. Scientists have been studying it, and that seems to be what they come up with. But regardless, they're the only animal in the world that creates cube-shaped poop. And wombats come from Australia. So let's get started. First we need to figure out what a wombat looks like. Now that I know what a wombat looks like, we'll start sketching it out. I usually like to work in pretty simple shapes. I think a wombat has more of an elongated shaped head, and I was thinking he'd be kind of sitting. Just what would a wombat be doing? This is pretty rough, but this is kind of how I work. So a wombat maybe would be stacking his poop. Right? You know, what you would do if you had building block poop. I don't know. Might be kind of funny. Just kind of roughing everything out right now. Trying to get an idea. The fun fact would probably go somewhere down here. And I don't know if he has a thought bubble up here, or he's saying something. This is just a rough, so we'll work this out in a bit. Take my layer and turn the opacity down. Just sort of sketch on top of it. I think this needs to come down in scale. Just give me a little bit of breathing room. and add a layer. Just kind of refine this guy a little bit. I know he looks a little bit koala-ish, but that's kind of what they look like. Eyes maybe a little more here. These cubes, a little more cube-like. Really feeling that guy. Here, these guys are not exactly cubes, you know? Maybe they're, I don't know. I haven't decided, is this going to be an animation or just an illustration? I don't know. I might figure that out later. One of the things I absolutely love about Adobe Fresco, and maybe Procreate does it too, I don't know. It's been a while since I've used Procreate. Is the modifier button here when you double click it and you're in your brush. It actually erases with the same brush, so you get these, whatever texture you're working in, it erases that same way. That's pretty, in the pixel mode. I'm not in vector mode. It doesn't do that. It has a whole different set of actions there, but you always have to remember to take your modifier off. One thing I don't like about Adobe Fresco is sometimes and it may be that I don't wear the glove, but sometimes it'll reset itself to the erase tool. If you know how to fix that, let me know in the comments, because it's driving me crazy. He has, it's where he's stacking his poop and he's talking. Maybe he says something like, "My poop really stacks." I think we have to fix that. It doesn't really flow very good right here, but we know what we're going to say there. Actually, let me fix it. It's driving me crazy. My poop really stacks up. Down here is just where the fun fact goes. I think we'll keep these lines kind of straight so I can write it in. We're going to turn this opacity layer all the way down. Partially down. Refine this one more time. So let's start with the word balloon. I think I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Because I have these lines here, I don't want to work on that, so I'm going to create a new layer and do this. Delete that. I'm going to keep the words. I think I'm going to create a new layer. Keep the words on their own layer for now, so I can move that around. So here we have the final. I'm just going to color this guy, and for my social media I'm probably going to animate this thing a little bit. So if you want to see that, then check out in the description and follow me there, and you can see the final. But here we're just going to do a little bit of color and call it done. So add a layer, pick a color, something kind of cheerful in the background. Sort of bright. And then one thing I really love here is we can take this top layer with the outline, and we can set that to be a reference layer. And so now I can create another layer under it and fill this layer. I guess you can hear my dog drinking water. So for this wombat guy, I want to make him this kind of gray-brown color. And here the color margin is set all the way up to the top, as you can see. It just keeps it from leaving that little white line and around the outline. So now he's all colored in. We're going to go create a new layer, go just slightly lighter for his belly areas, create a new layer. Oops, we'll do white for the word bubble. And then finally we'll do another layer for the poop. And we'll make this side the dark side. Another layer. I'm going to make this slightly lighter for here. There, now he's kind of colored pretty simply. I do have another step I like to do here to add a little bit of depth. So I'll add a layer, I'll drop my opacity down. Under my blend mode, I'll set it to multiply, and then I like to do sometimes it's a little purpley color for my shadows. And I need to go to my brush. I'll bring it down 15 or 20. Just lay my shadows in. Just gives it a little bit of depth. I'll probably drop my opacity down a little bit more. Just add a little detail in the boop. And I'll put one little shadow underneath him. Just kind of roughed in. Like so. And I'll also do something similar for my highlights. Add a layer, I'll drop my opacity down. I'll go to white, just add a little bit of detail in. I don't, it's too thick. So 12 is my matching line weight, and I'll just add a little bit of the white. A little here and there. Drop that down below my shadows. I think these guys had a little bit of white on their mouth. I'm gonna give him a little bit around his eyeballs. inside his ears. And I think I'm gonna drop that down in opacity just a little bit, like that. Just so I can add a little bit up top here. I'm going to release the reference layer, go to my black, add a few more black tick marks here, and make sure my color is on white. And that's that. I think what I'll end up doing is just animating this guy just a tad bit, but like I said, you can go on my social media to see that. This is basically how I do my color and drawings in Fresco. So if you like this, if you get any enjoyment out of it, again, please just give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it. That would be great. That would help me out immensely. And I would just say that I will see you on the next one. Thanks.